Okay, it's going.
Okay, so one of the things that we need to make sure, well, when people come to our house, dogs hear triggers, and you know, for your case, it's the gate outside, and that causes him to start barking. Once he starts barking, you, if you're like most people, you get up and you rush to the door because you want to stop the dog from barking. We, in our mind, think that that's going to stop it, opening the door, but actually, us moving fast tells the dog, whoever this jerk is that's outside the house is making my humans upset, so I really have to bark at them. So when I get up, I'm going to get up very casually. Math. So he's kind of still expecting him to come up. He might have heard him.
Oh, there's growl.
Now again, he's disagreeing. Now if he's already here, then I just turn and I'm using my escalating consequences. I'm facing him. So now, preceding your door open, this sound, if you deadbolt it a lot, opens, it precedes the door opening. So we want to break it down in individual steps. See how he turned when he heard this handle sound? Because this means the door is about to open. So he was ready to come over. So then I open it a crack. Now he's doing a good job of staying back, but I'm keeping my hips pointed in his direction. Now when I open it like this. Now see how his ears are back into the side? He's a little confused as to what he's doing. So I wait and I open the door, and this is my area. I'm cleaning the air. Sit down is good. That's sitting and laying down and more subordinate. So now I walk over here and I do the same thing in this door. Now if he tries to come forward, then I rush forward like I did there. And I open it, and I let my guest come in behind me, and I take a step in front. So I'm projecting my authority this way, and I'm controlling the situation. Now I see how he's shaking a little bit, because this is different than what he normally does. He's used to being there to handle the security. So this is hard because he's restraining himself. And I can invite my guest to come in behind me. Now if I turn my hips this way towards the guest, my authority, he's going to run up. So at the first couple times you do it, make sure you keep your hips open like this, and when I turn, I keep my eye on him. So if he were to come forward, I immediately can turn and block and project my authority. So you can kind of establish whatever boundary, whatever area you want. You have kind of a tighter quarters here. So I'd kind of maybe an arc from here to here is kind of a no man's land. He's not allowed to come in here, and he can only interact with your guest when your guest crosses this threshold. So if you have a guest that comes over who's not a dog person, if your dog stays there and your guest stays here, the guest doesn't have to interact with the dog at all. The guest is going to think you have your dog under control. And because your dog sees you in charge of it, this allows him to relax. When a dog's in a group, the top dog is in charge of security. So that, like I said, I think for you guys, lack of rules, him telling you when to pet him, and him assuming this job has kind of gotten him the impression that his job is to be in charge of security, so he's reacting to other people on walks or people that come in here. Now, but the way he did that there, he was alerting, but he wasn't really aggressive when he challenged me. Now, he's not going to challenge me the same way he's going to challenge you guys the same way he challenged me. But you saw how well that worked, and he just stayed back. You were smiling when you were filming that, so I knew we were on the right path. And after a while, now he stopped barking. Now, this is avoidance. See how he's looking away? He's looking this way, but he's not looking directly at me. He looks, and then he kind of looks away. So, and I don't care if he looks this way. He just can't growl. And he just kind of emitted one little growl and then moved away and didn't do anything else until I kind of tried to move him away. And then he disagreed, but then he moved away and he gave it up. So this is going to be a powerful exercise. What I would suggest you guys do, because once you're guests, you feel bad with your guests waiting. I would, when you guys are coming home, text her and be like, hey babe, I'm a couple minutes away. Let's do the door exercise. Park a little bit further away than you normally would, and try to keep your keys clamped. Try to make it sound like it's somebody different. But this is one of my favorite exercises because this is usually 6 or 12 times. And then the dog just comes and lays down right there and just, yeah, you're going to go get that? And then if somebody, like I said, tries to grab you, boom, he can be there to help you, but the distance helps him relax himself.
What point, like when did he start barking there? Like what was going on in here?
When I marched towards him. At first he just kind of growled when you first barked. I think he knew it was you, but he kind of growled and he wasn't sure. And then he kind of as soon as he started coming towards the door, I used the third consequence. I marched towards him, and that he didn't like. He's like, hey, this is my job. And he unleashed all the fury of barking. Then he kind of moved around there. But he did it with his ears kind of in that apologetic position I mentioned to you earlier.
They're still there.
Yeah. And so he's uncertain because he would be up here handling this. But after a while, then it's like, oh, the responsibility's off me. I don't have to worry about this anymore. So that's basically the door answering ritual.